Tough times requires us to toughen up. Find out more in today's show. Welcome back to Year 7 of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, which we release every Monday. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, Dale Carnegie Award-winning franchise owner, master trainer, president of Dale Carnegie Tokyo Training, and 3-time best-selling author. We are bringing the show to you from our High Performance Center in Akasaka, in Minato-ku, the business center of Tokyo. Why the cutting edge? We are here to win in business in Japan. Let's all be at the forefront of the cutting edge of how to flourish here in this market. Now, this is episode number 350, the rule of 3. それでは行きましょう. So let's get going. Our financial year ended in August, and we are up over 20% on the previous year's revenue results. I should have been ebullient, chipper, sanguine, fired up for the new year, but I wasn't. Was it because we were back to zero again as we all faced the prospect of the new financial year? That sinking feeling of last year was hard and here we go again, but this time with an even higher target? Maybe that was it, but it was hard to tell. There were 3 other things which were gnawing away at me regarding incidents which happened the previous week. Sales is an emotional roller coaster. We all know that. Well, knowing that and being able to deal with the emotional downers is another thing altogether. I'm a positive, upbeat person for whom the glass is always half full. My glass got severely drained and is still bugging me. I had a pitch for a client's business to help their sales effort. Actually, they said they wanted a transformation program. I had met the CEO previously and had understood what he was after. I came back to him with a comprehensive proposal. In the interim, a new HR person was recruited, and I was informed we were now going to have a 5-entrant beauty parade. They had various needs. They wanted transformation for their senior leaders, middle-level sales managers, and also wanted an internal train-the-trainer functionality because the size of their sales force. That cost would preclude any externally delivered vendor solution. I gave them that transformation formula. I even brought all of the training materials to the pitch so they could see the professionalism we offer. I went through in detail what each group would need if they wanted to transform the business. That week, the HR guy wrote to me and said, we didn't get the business. I had no idea why, but I did know I wouldn't find out the real reason by talking to the HR guy. All I would get would be vagary. I needed to seek out the CEO directly and get some feedback. We rarely ever lose pitches, so I was a bit perplexed. To be honest, my ego was bruised, hurting, and I found this news depressing. The point here is that although I know intellectually that sales is an emotional roller coaster, it doesn't make much difference in the moment when you don't get the deal. The second piece of bad news was a delay in commencing a project. I'd done a similar project for their company, and they asked me to come back and do another one. That last project was a real nightmare. I was dealing with a young staff member who proved to be very demanding and sucked up a lot more of my time than was expected. Frequent changes were de rigueur and often without much actual requirement, except for whim. Frankly, I was a bit gun-shy to go again. However, it was a different member of staff this time, again, quite young, but I agreed. Deja vu. Very demanding, very picky, but despite recurring nightmares about last time, I decided I wouldn't throw in the towel and I would tough it out. What doesn't kill me makes me stronger, type of thing. Then I got the email telling me to put the whole project on hold. I'm guessing they were shopping the project around and were just putting me on ice. I was wondering, what was the issue? Was this a generational thing? Both individuals were quite young in business. You have to some degree of experience to have perspective and to know how to judge what you're looking at. Is this why there is a gap between what we were both looking at? Another deeper thought occurred to me. Am I secretly blowing it up? Because actually, I don't want to do it. I know how much time it required last time, and it looked like we were going down that exact same path again. I was wondering, what was my psychology here? Was I trying to get out of doing it? Or was I too old and inflexible to deal with these demanding young whippersnapper pups? That was a depressing prospect. Find out more when we come back from the break.
If you want to sell more and do it more easily, do the Winning with Relationships selling course. If you can't build trust, no sale. Can't design excellent questions to understand the client's needs, no sale. Can't present the solution convincingly, no sale. Can't handle objections properly, no sale. Can't close, no sale. Master the sales process by doing the Winning with Relationships selling course now in either Japanese or English. The bestseller, Japan Sales Mastery, is the new Bible of selling in Japan. To sell to Japanese buyers, you need to create long-term partner-level trust, fully understand Japanese buyers' real needs, convince buyers with your solutions, overcome their hesitation, fear, and doubt, know how to ask for the order, ensure repeat orders. This book is the product of 30 plus years in the trenches selling in Japan. Order Japan Sales Mastery now.
Welcome back. The third one was a case of sports negotiating. This is an ego trip for buyers who like to see who is the chic of the souk, the big wheeler and dealer, the cleverest negotiator, the bargain hunter extraordinaire. They like to play a little game of beat down the supplier to show how tough they are. Okay, you do run into that from time to time, but on this occasion, it came from an unexpected source. You meet people in business who are attractive, charismatic, your type of person. This buyer was like that. We have a lot in common, and I like the cut of his jib. He asked for some training previously, and I sent him my proposal. He came back with a counteroffer that was at a steep discount. I liked the guy and reluctantly agreed because it was the first business with his company. I thought, well, once he experiences our quality, he will pay the right price. My big mistake right there. So I delivered the training and then found out that the next round will be done by someone I knew who used to work with us as a contract trainer. This guy has a full-time job in HR and does some training on the side. That was another red flag. There's no comparison in the quality of what is being delivered here, but I started to see where the client's negotiation pricing benchmark was coming from. So he subsequently asked me for some one-on-one coaching for presentations. I sent him my proposal, and he came back with what he thought the price should be. The language he used in the email was the same as the last email, and so another red flag appeared. I asked myself, why is this guy nickel and diming me? The quality of the training he got from me last time was at the top of the tree. So I felt his haggling was insulting and saying our quality wasn't appreciated. I also thought we had a better relationship than that. This time, I stood my ground, defended my quality, our brand. I answered him that if you wanted the best, then this is the number. As far as I'm concerned, this time there will be no discounting of even 1 yen. Subsequent silence on his part. So what do we take away from all of this? Despite the many years we've all been in sales, we need to prepare for cyclical depression. I should have known that there is going to be an inevitable downer associated with the start of the new year. I have to remind myself that my team will be feeling the same way. So I need to work on boosting all of our emotions to move to positive ground. Just kicking off as usual in the new financial year won't cut it. I needed to make an intervention. I told my team, no isn't no. It's just no to this offer, in this format, in this budget cycle, in this economic situation. I need to tell myself that too. I need to separate my ego from the non-acceptance of our offers. There may be a number of reasons why the pitch has failed, and I needed to find out what was the mismatch between what I thought they needed and what they actually chose. I discovered my newfound buddy was actually no buddy. Where possible, I like to make my clients my friends. I thought he would be in that category. By the way, in his industry, his firm's fees are very stiff, and they don't discount them at all. What I realized was his value system substantially differed from mine. He wants to win the negotiation. I'm focused on building partnerships that concentrate on the reorder, not the one-off discounted deal. We have a strong brand to defend, and the way to do that is to draw a line in the sand on what you believe your value is worth. So he was moved into the acquaintance basket. Not long after that, he up and quit as president and suddenly moved to Saudi Arabia. So he eventually disappeared altogether. I still feel unhappy, but I do feel better about standing my ground.
I hope you enjoyed today's show, and so please subscribe on YouTube. Share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Become a regular. Hit the little bell icon to receive update notifications. Our website details are on screen now, www.dale-carnegie.cojp. It's packed with value, so certainly check it out. We try to offer as much value as possible, so you might also enjoy our other shows. In fact, we are releasing content 6 days a week. For podcast, Mondays for the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, Tuesday for the Presentations Japan series, and every second Tuesday for the Business Tatsujin no Oshie Show, Wednesdays for the Sales Japan series, Thursdays for the Leadership Japan series, and every second Thursday for the Business Pro Podcast Show, Fridays for the Japan Business Mastery Show, and Saturdays for Japan's top business interviews. Now you get these wherever you get your podcast. Also, every Monday we release the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Every second Thursday we release the Business Pro Television Show, and every Friday the Japan Business Mastery Show. Saturdays, every Saturday, we are releasing Japan's top business interviews. These are all on YouTube. We appreciate your support, and please let others know about it so they can benefit too. We want to make a contribution to helping people build their careers and businesses, and so please join with us in that endeavor.
In episode number 351, we're talking about my boss isn't listening. So yoroshiku, onegai itashimasu. Please join me for the next episode of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. We are here to help you. I've only got one direction in mind for you and your business, and that is up.